welcome to computer class. In this video you will be watching the explanation of this chapter, that is algorithms and flowchart. This is one of the simplest chapter in your ICSE board 8th syllabus. So what is this chapter all about? What are algorithm, what are flowcharts? We'll be covering the theoretical explanation from book only. See, in your book introduction part, what it is telling you that computer is a machine. So being a machine, it understands only machine language. Machine language means in the form of bits and bytes. That means in the form of 1 and 0 signals, it understands the instruction. Every instruction, every program, every software is instructed in the form of machine language. That means inside your machine there are converters which convert our English language or our Hindi language keyboards or our Punjabi language keyboards, which are converting our set of instructions into that language which computer can understand. So it is giving us that 8 plus 5. If somebody will ask you to add these two values, you will quickly give the answer 13. But if the same question will be asked from computer, it will not be able to answer this quickly, because we, the users, the programmers, need to feed the instructions that what is plus sign, what is 8 value, what is 5 value, then we need to put equal to sign, then it will give us the answer. So these set of instructions form a program or form a software which we will be writing in computer language. But this computer program will be involving these 3 steps. Always everything, every set of instruction involves these 3 steps. First is algorithm, next is flowchart, then program. Every set of instructions, each task we have to do in computers, we need to form in these 3 steps. These are the most important steps for making the task successful from the computer. First is algorithm. Now algorithm is written in simple English language. Suppose I want to add these two numbers. My algorithm will be, I will put the values inside the computer, then I will press plus sign, then I will press equal to sign or take the answer and will get the answer. So algorithm is the English language steps which I can understand, which a programmer can understand what he wants to do for a software. अपने दिमाग में एक आइडिया बनाना और उस चीज़ को नोटबुक पे लिखना कि हम ये इस स्टेप्स में करेंगे, that is flowchart. Steps in English language to do a task is known as algorithm. फिर वही चीज़ को we will make flowchart, that is diagrammatic representation. फिर डायग्राम की फॉर्म में उसको एक फ्लो चार्ट में प्रोसेस तैयार की जाएगी कि वी वांट टू मेक दिस प्रोग्राम. ऐड करनी है 2 वैल्यूज़, पहले यूज़र इनपुट करेगा, फिर प्लस प्रेस करेगा, फिर उसको आंसर इक्वल टू से ही विल गेट द आउटपुट. सो यही चीज़ को हम जो स्टेप्स में लिखा है उसको फ्लो चार्ट में कन्वर्ट करेंगे. देन वी नीड अ कंप्यूटर लैंग्वेज. कुछ लोग सी में यूज़ करेंगे, कुछ जावा में बनाएंगे, कोई पाइथन में बनाएगा. वही चीज़ को जो एल्गोरिदम में लिखी गई थी उसके बाद फ्लो चार्ट में कन्वर्ट की गई थी. देन वी विल यूज द कंप्यूटर लैंग्वेज एंड वी विल टाइप द इंस्ट्रक्शंस एंड देन इट फॉर्म्स द सॉफ्टवेयर. सो एवरी टास्क इन द कंप्यूटर is divided into these 3 parts: algorithm, flowchart and program. So it is explaining you book. After watching this video, you will go through this chapter thoroughly. It is very easy language which is written in your book, and it is explaining you the examples of day-to-day life. See, it is giving you example. Suppose you want to buy a new t-shirt or new shirt. What steps you will follow? You will take the money from mama and papa and you will go to garment shop, or with them you will go, right, and tell the shopkeeper which color and style of shirt you want. Then you will choose and finalize the desired shirt, which you are finalizing the shirt. For that you will pay the money and take the balance amount, if any, from the shopkeeper, or you will pay from card, or you will pay from Paytm, etc. So these are the steps which we will be following to buy the shirt. So it is just an algorithm, right? So our mind, हमारा mind हर एक प्रोग्राम जो अपने लिए करता है उसका एल्गोरिदम हमारे माइंड में है. हम एक मशीन नहीं है, वी आर ह्यूमन बींग्स. सो हमारे लिए जो एल्गोरिदम और फ्लो चार्ट है वो हमारे माइंड में है. लेकिन अगर हमने कंप्यूटर मशीन के लिए कोई चीज़ बनानी है तो हमें लिख के मैनुअली पहले एल्गोरिदम्स बनाने पड़ेंगे. First we will make the algorithms, then second step is to make the flow charts, and then the programming language will be in the commands or the instructions we will type, and then we will finalize the software. So underline this part and you will learn it, that algorithm is a step by step procedure to solve any particular task such as mathematical problem or logical problem. So what is algorithm? It is defined as a sequence of instructions that when executed in the specified sequence, the desired results will be obtained. So on this page, that is 65, you will get to know what are the characteristics of a good algorithm. एक good algorithm में क्या क्या characteristics होने चाहिए. हमारी जो instructions हैं वो हमारे लिए precise, छोटी होनी चाहिए और clear होनी चाहिए. हमारे पास ये नहीं है कि वेग आइडियाज हों, राइट. इट शुड बी प्रिसाइज. पहले ही सोचोगे कि एडिशन के लिए एल्गोरिदम बना रहे हैं, ये सब्ट्रैक्शन के लिए. कंफ्यूजन नहीं होनी चाहिए, इट शुड बी क्लियर. देन अगर एल्गोरिदम बना रहे हैं मशीन्स के लिए तो कोई ना कोई यूज़र इनपुट करेगा, राइट. तो इनपुट होनी चाहिए या ज़ीरो या मोर, कोई ना कोई इनपुट आएगी और उसकी कोई ना कोई आउटपुट आएगी. सो ईच स्टेप ऑफ एल्गोरिदम शुड बी वेल डिफाइंड एंड स्टेटेड. अच्छे से इंग्लिश में वी हैव टू राइट इट सो दैट एवरी प्रोग्रामर आफ्टर रीडिंग द एल्गोरिदम हमारा आइडिया को समझ सके. व्हाट वी आर गोइंग टू डू, व्हाट वी आर गोइंग टू मेक इन द प्रोग्राम. एल्गोरिदम इज द फर्स्ट स्टेप कि आपके माइंड में क्या आइडिया चल रहा है, आपने सॉफ्टवेयर बनाना है, राइट. एल्गोरिदम मस्ट टर्मिनेट आफ्टर फाइनाइट नंबर ऑफ टाइम. स्मॉल स्टेप्स विल बी देयर. उसके बाद इसको एंड करना है कि हमारा एल्गोरिदम यहाँ पे आके ख़त्म हो जाता है, आउटपुट मिल जाएगी यूजर को, देन इट इज फिनिश्ड, राइट. सो आफ्टर एग्जीक्यूटिंग द इंस्ट्रक्शन दैट डिजायर्ड रिजल्ट्स आर ऑब्टेन्ड. सो दिस वाज कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स. एनी 4 or 5 यू कैन लर्न फॉर द क्वेश्चन आंसर्स. सो नेक्स्ट इज यूजेस ऑफ एन एल्गोरिदम. जितना अच्छा हमारा एल्गोरिदम बनेगा उतनी कम मिस्टेक्स होंगी, उतना बेटर आइडिया मिलता जाएगा हमारे पास कि हमने सॉफ्टवेयर में बनाना क्या है. हमारे पास बार बार डिस्कस करने से, बार बार एल्गोरिदम बनाने से हम शॉर्टेस्ट वे से पहुंच सकते हैं कि हम प्रोग्राम को कैसे बना सकते हैं. सी इट इज़ गिविंग यू एग्जाम्पल्स किसके लिए हम एल्गोरिदम्स बनाते हैं. सपोज वी आर मेकिंग एनी एप्लीकेशन फॉर वेदर फोरकास्टिंग, फॉर स्ट्रक्चरल पैटर्न, कोई मेडिसिन के लिए, कोई आपके पास मेडिकल फील्ड के लिए बना रहे हो, या कोई गेम्स बना रहे हो लाइक पबजी, चेस, एनी गेम्स आर देयर, और रोबोट्स के लिए बना रहे हो. तो हमारे पास अगर स्टेप्स डिफाइंड होंगे कि हम ये प्रोग्रामिंग इसमें करना चाहते हैं, सो इट गिव्स यू अ बेटर आइडिया what program, what software you are making. So in this way algorithm help us, right? So when you check your mail, what will be your steps? Check mail करने के लिए आपको क्या करना पड़ता है? First you will go to that site where you want to log in. You should have login ID and password. Then user will enter there. Then he will press the submit button. That means you need to show it to user, submit and cancel button, right? So in this way अगर आपके पास steps algorithm बने होंगे properly, you will have the better idea of your programming or of your application. So next is advantages of a good algorithm. क्या एडवांटेजेस हैं? अगर हमारे पास अच्छा एल्गोरिदम बना होगा तो हमारे पास इजी टू अंडरस्टैंड है, हमारा उतना बेटर आइडिया है, हम उतना अच्छे टेक्निक सोच सकते हैं कि अच्छा हमारा लॉजिक ऐसा है तो वी नीड दिस पार्ट. अगर हमारा लॉजिक ऐसा है तो हमें स्क्रीन पे क्या दिखाना है, यूज़र को स्क्रीन पे लॉगिन आईडी की स्पेस दिखेगी, पासवर्ड की स्पेस दिखेगी, सबमिट, कैंसिल, बटन्स, एवरीथिंग जो हमारे माइंड में है हमें अपनी इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज में स्टेप्स में लिखना है. दैट इज़ नोन एज एल्गोरिदम. डिसएडवांटेजेस क्या हैं? इट इज़ वेरी टाइम कंज्यूमिंग. पहले हमें सारा स्टेप्स सोचने पड़ेंगे. इफ़ यूज़र विल प्रेस रॉन्ग पासवर्ड, देन यू नीड टू पुट देयर फॉरगॉट पासवर्ड. तो हमें ईच एंड एवरी स्टेप वी हैव टू थिंक. Then what are the examples of the algorithm? See, it is giving you example. If you want to add any two numbers, what will be the algorithm? Start, this is the step 1. Then take two numbers, you will take two numbers from the user. Then you need to add two numbers, then you will print the result and stop. See, this much is the algorithm for adding two numbers. So in this way you can form the algorithm for small applications, right? Next algorithm is the example for checking the greater number of 2. If we want to find out the maximum of two numbers, we need to write these 7 steps. What are these steps? I want to make you note down one point. Then whenever you are writing any flowchart or any algorithm, you need to write start here and you have to end here, or you have to write stop here, right? Start and stop is necessary in algorithms and in flowcharts, from where your process is starting and from for where your process is ending. So you need to put start and stop. So in this way you will write, take two numbers from user. It is very simple English language. Then compare these using this logic, right? Greater than sign is there, as mathematical sign is there. So we will print A if A is greater, stop if B is greater, then stop. So we need to use these particular steps for finding the greater of 2. Then is flowchart. Now flowchart is a diagrammatical representation. Underline this definition part. It is a diagrammatical representation and it is also called a flow of a program. क्या प्रोग्राम किस प्रोसेस को फॉलो करता है, पहले स्टार्ट कहाँ से होगा, उसमें लॉजिक क्या है. फॉर एवरीथिंग वी हैव diagrammatic symbols. See, and please underline it that Hermann Goldstein and John von Neumann, these are the two persons who developed the original flowchart. So it helps to plan the computer program. So always note down the direction of the flow of the flowchart is from top to bottom. Okay, top to bottom means ऊपर start है, नीचे last पे stop होगा. So the process of drawing a flow chart for an algorithm is known as flow charting. So underline it this also. Flow charting is a process जो हमने algorithm बनाया है उसको diagrams में बनाना using these geometrical symbols. Start stop के लिए oval box है. Then input output लेने के लिए this is known as parallelogram. This shape is used for input output. This rectangular box is for processing. That means if you will write logic here, any formula, suppose I am writing, if I need to write a plus b, so that means my formula is to be put in this rectangular box, processing box. So in this way we will use these geometrical symbols. So if any condition is there, if somebody is having two things in mind, so he can use this dialect box, yes or no, right? And these arrow signs are used to draw the flow lines of the flowchart, that is program. And this circle is representing here for the connector. If your flowchart is very big process, so you need these connectors to show where the arrow lines are going. So rules are there. You will read the rules thoroughly, that while drawing the proper flowchart all necessary requirements should be there. Proper logical order होना चाहिए, आपके माइंड में क्या चल रहा है उसका प्रॉपर फ्लो चार्ट होना चाहिए. एल्गोरिदम शुड बी देयर. उस एल्गोरिदम को देख के आप उस फ्लो चार्ट को बना सकते हो, राइट? प्रॉपर फ्लो लाइंस बतानी है. अगर ऊपर से नीचे कोई चीज़ जा रही है तो आपको एरोज यूज़ करने हैं, और लेफ़्ट टू राइट शो करना है, एरोज यूज़ करने हैं. यूजेस क्या हैं? जितना अच्छा एल्गोरिदम बना होगा उससे अच्छा हमारा फ्लो चार्ट बनेगा, और हम फ्लो चार्ट से अपनी पूरी प्रोसेस किसी को भी एक्सप्लेन कर सकते हैं. व्हाट वी आर फाइंडिंग, व्हाट सॉल्यूशंस वी नीड टू मेक दिस प्रोग्राम, व्हाट वी नीड टू मेक द सॉफ्टवेयर, कहाँ ऑल्ट्रेशन होनी है, कहाँ चेंजेस करनी है. वी कैन यूज़ द पेंसिल्स फॉर क्रिएटिंग दिस फ्लो चार्ट्स एंड इजीली वी कैन erase, and after that we can change it there only. So these are the uses. Advantages क्या हैं? फ्लो चार्ट हमें किसी भी प्रॉब्लम को एनालाइज करने में हेल्प करते हैं मोर इफेक्टिव वे में. इट इज़ अ बेटर वे ऑफ कम्युनिकेटिंग योर लॉजिक. जो आपने प्रोग्राम बनाने के लिए सोचा है वो आप एक अगर डायग्राम की तरह आप प्रोसेस बना लेते हो तो इट बिकम्स वेरी इजी टू एक्सप्लेन इट टू अदर्स. इफ़ यू हैव टीम, राइट? तो इफ़ यू वांट टू डू समथिंग एप्लीकेशन फॉर गेम, सो आप 4 पीपल हो तो आप बाकी 3 लोगों को अच्छे से समझा सकते हो कि मेरे दिमाग में ये चीज़ है और मैंने उसकी ये प्रोसेस बनाई है. उनसे डिस्कशन करके आप चेंजेस कर सकते हो. देन यू कैन फाइनलाइज दैट फ्लो चार्ट एंड देन यू ऑल 4 कैन वर्क ऑन दैट फ्लो चार्ट. सो इट हेल्प्स आउट इन फाइंडिंग आउट एरर्स ऑल्सो. कहाँ गलती है, कहाँ कंडीशन चल रही है, कहाँ स्टॉप करना है, you can easily find out. So disadvantages are only few, because flowchart can be very complex. If the big applications are there, it is a time consuming task, that's it. Difficult to alter, because if once the flowchart is ready, we need to put extra effort to change it, right? So these are the examples. First example is algorithm. Algorithm हमारे पास दिया है left side पे. We have these steps, and on the right side same thing is made in diagram form. So it is telling you start, it is giving in oval. Then next step is wake up in the morning. It is just your routine. Wake up in the morning. This should be in rectangular box. Because it is a process. So process should be in the rectangular box only. Then go to washroom, brush your teeth, take a bath, wear your school uniform, have your breakfast, take your tiffin. All the things in rectangle bracket, right? So after whenever you are reaching the school, that is your destination. After this, your routine ends there. Okay, till school it was the routine. So after this, you will stop the using this oval sign, you will put stop there. One more example is there. Suppose you want to add two numbers. This is for adding two numbers. So our algorithm was, we will start the process, we will take the numbers from the user, we'll add two numbers, we'll print the result. So if we will start here with the oval sign, in this parallelogram we will take the input. I told you parallelogram is for taking the input and for showing the output. So two parallelograms we need, and logic, that is formula is put in rectangle box, and then last is stop, then that should be in oval, right? So this was another example. And now again another example to find out the area of rectangle. Rectangle area is length into breadth. That means we have to multiply length into breadth. So first step is start, then again input A or B, or you can take L or B, length and breadth, any variable. You will put it in this parallelogram because it is an input. Then formula is to be put in rectangle box, that is area is equals to A into B. Then again parallelogram for printing, for taking the output, and last is stop, that is an oval. So it is telling you that flowchart is just an diagrammatical representation of algorithm. It is telling you a big program. So this example is about a student appears in any examination consisting of 5 subjects, with each subject having maximum marks, that is 100. So we will write the algorithm first, and then after it we will convert it into flowchart and see how it is telling you. It is on page number 69. So it is telling you, you will start the program and then you will take the input, that is data of the student. We will take the roll number, name of the student, and marks obtained in each subject. So this process is to be written in parallelogram. So this is telling us that read the input data. Read the input data means we will take the roll number, we will take the name, and we will take the marks obtained by the student in all the 5 subjects. Then the formula means we will add those marks. We will add means then we have to write it in this rectangle box. Then again another formula. Now we have to calculate the percentage of that particular student. So particular student percentage will be total marks divided by 5, because we were having 5 subjects. So total marks divided by 5. This is the formula. Then we have to give the output to the user, that is to be written in parallelogram, and stop, right? So this was the problem for calculating the result of the student. As we are doing it in daily life, same way we will do it in computers, but with the help of clear instructions. We need these 3 steps: algorithm, flowcharts, and then the programming. Now the same problem, but it is telling you some condition. Okay, read the question. It is telling you now that we have calculated for 1 student, the above example, but now here it has changed the number to 50. Now 50 students are appearing. That means 50 times we need the same formulas, right? That particular, I'll show you again the particular thing, that this is the this was a flowchart and algorithm for calculating the result for 1 student, but we need it for 50 students now. so it will change it to little bit, because we need a counter also. Counter means we have to count the number that 50 times. That means we will start either from 1 or 0. It is our choice. If we will count from 0, 0 is a first value, so we will calculate it till 49. That means from 0 till 49 it becomes 50, because 0 is also a value. So if I will start it from 0, then I will count till 49. So 1 till 49 becomes 49 values plus 0. 0th is the first value, so it becomes 50. So it is our choice whether to start from 0 or 1. So same process, but a little change is there. We need to use the count also. Counter is the problem that we need to edit here. See what it is telling us. We'll start the process. In this rectangle box, we'll start count is equals to 0. It is your choice whether to write here from 1 or 0. It is a programmer's choice. If we will start from 0, so see this condition, this particular box, this diagonal box, it is telling us is count is equals to 50. अगर 50 नहीं हुआ तो it will repeat the same part till 50 it will run. I'll show you. I'll zoom out. See, it is telling you this flowchart is there. Now I will start the process for explanation. First value is 0. First time it is running, it will read the data. That means first child is there. We will input the marks, all the 5 subject marks, roll number and name of that student. This is input of first child. Then we'll add the marks of that particular child. We'll calculate the percent and we'll show the output. Okay, and next step is add 1 to count. That means now the count value becomes 1. 0 will be 1, right? It is automatically processed. We will feed in the computer. So 1 is added. Now the count becomes 1. Count is not 0. It will check here. This diagonal box is to check whether the condition is clear or not. If the condition is matched, it will stop. If the condition is false, it will go back to this part, right? So now count is 1. Is count is equal to 50? No, 1 is not equal to 50. So it will go back and will repeat the same process for next child. Then again next child will come. Is count 50? No, the count is 2. Then it will repeat the same. So it will repeat till 50, right? If it will be 50, then it will stop. So this is the flowchart explanation. And last is programming part. Program, for writing the program, we can use any of the computer language like Java, C, C++, Python, C#, PHP, any programming language. The last step in the solving a problem is to convert the flowchart into a program, and this can be written in any of the computer language. So this was all about the chapter. Thank you. Take care. Thanks for watching the video.